Johnny Gargano could be leaving WWE after WarGames. Plus, an AEW star apologizes for offensive tweets. And who does The Undertaker think is WWE's next big star? It's all in the wrestling news right now. Johnny Gargano going?
Gone. No, maybe not.
Question mark.
Ooh.
So the Johnny Gargano story is one we've had a little peeky eye on over the past couple of weeks. His contract due to end next week, which is just a couple of days before WarGames, which is set to headline.
Yes. Yeah. So it's yeah.
It's a funny situation, similar to the one they found themselves in, WWE, with Adam Cole in the summer, whereby the contract is ending just before a major pay-per-view commitment. So there is still no agreed new deal between WWE and Johnny Gargano. This is despite multiple meetings between both parties and Johnny Gargano getting a trial on SmackDown recently in a dark match with Kyle O'Reilly. And the point we're now at is that, according to Fightful, Johnny Gargano has signed a 1-week extension to his current WWE deal that just gets him over the line for WarGames. And then from there, I think he's away. I think he's away. I can't see how you get to this point and not have a new deal.
As much as I would like to see Johnny Gargano booked properly and, given the keys to the kingdom and sent up to the main roster and, he's IC title holder and then boom, within a couple of years he's holding the title, it'd be, something I could enjoy, but it just doesn't feel like it would fit as good as Johnny Gargano everywhere else in the world of wrestling.
Johnny everywhere.
Yeah, it's like you got a jigsaw. You've got one piece missing, you have one piece in your hand, but it doesn't fit. So...
Oh, don't talk about jigsaws. I spent 7 hours on that one.
I mean, alternatively, this is the exact same thing Brett had to do before Survivor Series, so we could be about to see a Gargano screw job. Yeah, let's go with that. Let's just report on that. That's happening, 100%. Yeah, only ever get him here on Cultaholic.
I think with Johnny Gargano, I think you're right in the sense that we'd love to see him booked in a way that, a man of his talent should be booked, but then I genuinely, and this isn't a dig on WWE, I just know how this ship runs.
You'll be tagged with somebody, and then that'll be it. It'll be, see you later.
I can see them just bringing him up on SmackDown as maybe a guy who is short and angry, and then that's the thing. I can't see anything beyond that.
They got a whole year out of it with well, not a whole year, but a good portion of a year out of it with Sheamus and Jeff Hardy, and then whoever else it was in Jeff Hardy. Corbin and Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
And then they just started swapping them, even though they weren't on the same storyline. It was like 1 week it was Corbin going, you're short, and then Sheamus would have something more interesting to do, and then you'd have Sheamus come in and go, you're short, and it was like, hang on, what?
So potentially Shorty J.
Yeah.
If he gets a... Well, no, it's not. But then
they could still use G, Shorty G,
Gargano. Yeah, that's true. But the other option would be within WWE is to stay in NXT, and I just don't feel like that's... this home is not the one it used to be.
Yeah, NXT is not
Gargano.
It's not the same NXT anymore, so...
No, it's not. So I genuinely think, and this is just my hack theory, December the 10th, he's away. I think that's it. Let's not go, his talents are everywhere. And he could go anywhere. And I'm excited to see what happens. We'll keep an eye on it. And when we know more, you'll know more at cultaholic.com. Meanwhile, over on AEW, Austin Gunn had to put out an apology on Twitter just yesterday. This is following tweets from 2013 being discovered of Austin Gunn using inappropriate racist language on Twitter. He put out an apology saying, extremely insensitive tweets / replies I made when I was 17 years old. In 2013 have been brought to my attention. I don't have the words to describe how I'm feeling right now. There's no excuse, and I am deeply sorry. I majored in elementary education in college, and throughout that process I took multiple meetings dealing with sensitivity, how to treat others, and to understand the severity of actions and words. All I ask is that you do not judge me based solely on these tweets, but on the man I have become and that I am trying to constantly get better. He also goes on to say that he's doing some sensitivity training at AEW following that. So don't want to linger on that any longer, I don't think.
He knows it was wrong, and he's hopefully, sticking with that training and going through it.
Called out on his actions, yeah. Over to AAA. So the AAA Mega Heavyweight Championship is vacant at the moment, and we're fleshing out this multi-man match for Triple Mania quite nicely, aren't we, Sam?
Yes, so AAA have announced that Jay Lethal will be part of the multi-man match for the vacant title at Triple Mania Regia on Saturday, December 4th. I've probably butchered that word. Apologies to any Lucha fans in the audience. So El Hijo del Vikingo and Samurai del Sol, formerly Kalisto in WWE, have also been confirmed for the match. And Triple Mania Regia will air on Fight TV pay-per-view Saturday, December 4th for $19.99.
That was an announcement yesterday from AAA that they were going to be showing this on Fight. They've not added him yet, but no, we mentioned this with Adam yesterday and with Andrew on Monday. I think Andrade.
What are you in? What kind of meth are you been smoking this morning?
Not that one. Andrade. That word fell. Oh gosh, Andrade is definitely somebody I think would be great with that belt.
Yeah, Andrade,
definitely Andrade.
But at the same time, you got to look at somebody like Jay Lethal with the history of long title reigns he's had. That could also lean into it. He's a hot free agent now because he's just been released from Ring of Honor. There might be companies that have wanted to work with him for some time, and he might get a few little kind of stints here and there to put over some new stars as they come and take the belt off him.
So you think maybe Lethal might be in there?
Potentially, I think it's potentially a red herring, but I don't know. I think you could have somebody like Lethal hold that belt, and it would be like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, he's Jay Lethal.
What if they had an actual red herring to the match?
That'd be great.
Flopping on the ground. How'd you pin a red herring?
God, that's cruel. It'd have to be in a tank.
Okay, we'll put it in a tank. How does it know how to drive one?
All right, we'll put it in one of those Zorby balls, fill it with water, and just kick it down the ramp.
That's far nicer. No herrings were harmed in the making of this news video. Undertaker, Fine Alamar, was on the bump to the day, talking about a number of things. He appeared as the Undertaker. He has done a couple of times, and he said when it comes to his Undertaker persona, it's different, it's fun, the Undertaker character. It served me really well, but also time to put that away and be able to still use the 30 years I've been on WWE television and do things like that. It was fun to get out there, and as great as the character was and everything that we got to do, you're kind of boxed into what I could and couldn't do. So so now that it's off, this is what's left. So American Badass return.
Undertaker is very much the American Badass or big evil iteration of himself in real life. As that kind of bled through more and more, and he's on the motorbikes and everything. It was like, okay, this is who this guy really is. But he's right. The Undertaker gimmick is quite limiting. But at the same time, the work he was able to do with those limits have made him, an eternal. He's just always going to be there. He's going to be on Mount Rushmore. Like that, he's the Undertaker. There'll never be anybody like him.
He also made a very big statement about Omos, didn't he, Sam?
Yep. Yeah, he did.
That face.
So he said, "I'll say this: there will never be another Andre. No, there won't. But this guy is as close as we've come, and that's a big statement. Omos is special. The big thing for him to know and realize is that he's special and that he's different from everybody else. It's important for him that he protects that. Sometimes guys don't understand what that means. He and I have had a couple of conversations about what he should do and what he shouldn't do. And if things get too heated, call me." And he is right. Omos is a spectacle of a performer. You can't, you see Omos, it's like, whoa, that guy's huge. He has all of the potential in the world right now to go on and be that giant for WWE for years and years to come. But it's just going to take that right little special something, and it's going to need to be booked in just so much a way that Omos can, slot into one of those roles like a Big Show. You don't want him to be on the Carly end of the spectrum. You want him to be on an end of the spectrum where he's entertaining in ring and he's able to use his size, as part of his character confidently, which Andre, Big Show, that kind of thing.
WWE are treating Omos a bit like I treated Parappa the Rapper for the PlayStation that I got for Christmas, in the sense that it was all wrapped up in the I want to play with it now. No, you can't yet. It's play with it now. No! Because Omos, I don't think, is at a point yet where he is ready to transition away from AJ, but they are so desperate to make him a single star.
They just can't rush it. They just don't rush it. Take your bloody time with it. Because I know you're watching this, Vince. Take your bloody time with it. That's the thing. It's like... He has all of the tools just there at his disposal. You've just got to be careful you don't overpush him or overbook him into oblivion. You've kind of went through the mire of the, the funny ha-ha stuff with him as a ninja and that. Now if we can kind of transition into more serious and start making him more of a genuine threat, as his in-ring ability increases and increases and increases with the amount of people he's working with week in, week out, it's all kind of there. It just needs to line up.
Do it slowly. You've got all the time.
There'll never be another Andre, and it's maybe a very big shout to say Andre, but he has the chance to be a big star.
There you go. Big words. Sam Driver, are you on Twitch tonight?
Yes.
What time?
6 p.m. Marble Mania.
Marble Mania.
I kind of took a break a couple of weeks ago to get loads of stuff done, and I've been so busy, but it's Marble Mania.
Yeah. Sam, by the way, was one of those working ridiculously hard behind the scenes to make Cultaholic Live happen on Monday, and I want to give you a little public respect, man.
It's my job.
I know, I know it's your job, but I think it's nice to say it's appreciated.
Stuff needs doing, and I can't expect everybody else to stay and do stuff, so I've got to do it.
But it needs to be done. I know you say it's your job, but it is genuinely greatly appreciated. It probably wouldn't have happened had not for you and the team grafting. So
everybody worked really hard on it. I just did the tombola.
I turned up. Twitch.tv to join Sam tonight. Twitch.tv/Cultaholic. Have a great day. Stay safe. I love you. Bye.